he is going to check to do the application if we approve this. So we can, that's a good idea, that you only win one click to messages to all the members of that country. So I like this idea.
Or to the member you choose. If you have two there, you can send the same message to those members, or you can send to only one, to the one that you prefer, and you send directly the requirement to that. Will be to that person. And maybe that the introduction, when the mail comes in to me, they will come Alfredo from Worldwide Cargo Association, Argentina, something like that. So I receive it, and that will be the message that is coming from that application. Okay, that is the phone number of the person on the other side.
Okay, I like this. Thank you, Alfredo. I understand you. I will check with the IT if this is possible.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else with the mobile application? Against? No? Stefano? No? Didn't see any hand?
Well, here, Shalini.
Yeah, I also agree with the mobile application, which would be really very handy in case we are out or somewhere, as Mr. Alfredo said. If we are going, as Mr. John said, if we are on field and somewhere sitting somewhere else, we could easily access the app and check for the members. Most of the times it is available on the website, and most of the times we have it on the emails as well, but then that takes a little longer time. This would be super fast.
Okay.
And in case there is any inquiries that are being floated on the app, it would be suggested that the same thing as Mr. Alfredo said, it should be diverted to emails. So that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree to it.
Thank you, Shalini.
Well, we was thinking about that, and when we are talking about this application, we talk about a link with the email and also the application. Everything that you do in the application, it will be sent to you by the email. Like, for example, when you have the online event that we host in 2020, you have your meeting, and also you have an email remembering that you have that meeting. In this case, it will be the same. You have a message on the application and also on the email that you have a request, a rate, or something like that. It's like this, and for everyone knows the idea that we are trying to share right now. Tanya, you can go on.
Okay, we're going to change the idea, okay? Go for the second one. So we're going to talk with Monse of all of this, and we will decide. Okay, the second idea, I love this idea. I really love this. One second idea is to promote the temporary staff exchange between members, okay? Obviously, this will happen when COVID ends. It is nice, and only the members that are interested can participate, okay? If you are interested in this, you can participate. If don't, it is not mandatory. Sending someone for almost a month to another country, to another office, is a good opportunity to strengthen relations between agents, and more important, to learn how overseas work. So if you want someone of your office to go to another country, to another freight forwarding office of one of us, you can send someone and receive someone, and then all your staff can know how this works, how other office works, other country works, and customs and everything works different in all countries. So I think this is a good idea. Obviously, we have to wait until the situation ends. I don't know if legally this is possible, because you are sending someone to work to another country. We have to search more, but first of all, we want to know your opinions. Anyone have something to say? Andrea, please.
Can I have Jacqueline Silva from Curtis?
I thought you want to take me.
Well, I mean, we have 3 or 4 desks, you know. So. No, I'm just joking. About Italy, it's basically here we have like 3 months touristic visa, which allows, you know, a 3 months exchange experience, even without like too many bureaucracy. So usually from abroad, it should be possible to take somebody and, you know, without any kind of, you know, particular problems. I would really support this. I will give my total availability with my company. And whatever is needed to support this idea, I will really do it, because I think that could be a really good choice, not only for you know, for us, like when receive, you know, people from abroad, but also for our employees to have the opportunity to travel abroad and exchange and see other situations and organization, and it can be of a big improvement by many point of views. Only this.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrea. Now, Jacqueline from Silva.
Hi guys. First, Andrea, please take me to Italy. I really need to go there. But well, first, it's also very important, and I believe it's not just for exchanging cultural experience, but I can say for what we live here in Brazil, we are living and having many problems with the process in China, in some countries that don't understand all the bureaucracy in Brazil. So for us to be another freight forwarder and see what they do and what we can change for have better partnership, it would be great.
Okay. Someone else, Alfredo.
Oliver. Oliver is,
sorry.
was in the list.
Sorry.
Next, Alfredo.
Hi. Yes, I love the idea. I think maybe we can check in each of our countries the possibilities to do this, because it will be very good for us and for others to discover how we work in each countries.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, Alfredo. Need to reactivate the sound, your microphone.
Yes.
Right now.
Thank you. No, the idea is a very good one, but has no sense to go ahead with this idea unless with the 2 cities or the 2 members agree in a business plan. Because it is not only to understand how the business is being handled. It is the idea, I think that finally the idea is to do, to increase and to develop a trade line. If you want to develop a trade line, so that is the very old, the original way that the expeditors or the forwarders used to do consignee sales. So to visit the country, to visit there the consignees, all the shippers, to go to put, it is much more easy for me to bring someone from India, say, my partner from India is here, try to get my business, etc., etc. I think that if we, the 2 members, do not agree in develop a trade line, we have no sense. And it is not a matter of sending someone once a month and it is over. So I think that the idea is good to promote, to develop trade lines, but I think that there should be a commitment, and also they should have the support, because it is very easy to me to send someone and to say, okay, Alfredo, come to Italy, do your sales. And then once you leave, there is no more action. So the action has been committed by both members. So here it is a matter of, well, anyone that could come is welcome, but it is not a matter of coming only just for understanding, okay, tell me, oh yes, this is very difficult, or no, yes, I know the problems that you have. The idea is we do not have operative problem with the members. what we are looking is for business. So it is not for understanding the country, for understanding the procedure. So I think that the idea is to go there and see to develop the business. And this is the commitment that we should have made both. And the organization, the two members, should have the structure for absorbing that commitment. So
yes.
have a sales team, should have a sales structure, should have the prices, should have the marketing information, should have many things together. The idea is great because we can promote the network, saying that one of the strengths of the networks are the trade and developments. But for doing this, we need to fill out, to get committed, and in fact has a structure to do the structure, saying these are the steps that has to be fulfilled by the members that wants to develop the trade plan. So these are the marketing information. These should be both of them. Maybe it start with one month or 2 weeks or whatever, but not once in a lifetime. So this should be, so if you want to work, it is also to put someone in your organization committed for that development. So it's not that I have to go to India. Who in India will be in charge of Latin America in order to support and keep on working on my sales actions when I was there? So that is my point of view. So that's it.
Yes. Stefano. Adriana is next. Adriana.
Okay, hello. Well, this is a great idea, and I want to share that I used to have the opportunity before I have my company. When I was working in the other company, I have the opportunity to do this. I was working with my company in Italy and also in Germany, and also I used to have the opportunity to work in other countries, and it was very, very great for us. Not only for me for myself, but also, as Alfredo told, to increase and to have a business plan. It was very, very great. Finally, we have selling people that was from Germany living in Colombia, for example, and they stay for here because it was to do this. So for me, in my learn a lot, and the selling, the plans, the rates, not only about, but how to use all of the other. When I come back to, I know exactly how Italy, Andrea Copo is. So when I go to I have all the knowing to say, my company in Italy is like this, like this. Not my company, my partner have this. So it's a very good opportunity to learn about our colleagues. So for me, it was a very good experience, and for sure in Nova Comes we will
participate. Thank you, Adriana.
John Montesinos? And I think this is going to be the last one because we need to do another one.
I think everybody has a good idea. Alfredo is right. It's all about sales, business development. I'll give you an example. I used to work for a fairly large Canadian freight forwarder, probably top 5 largest Canadian freight forwarder, and they had an exchange program with China. Every year, 1 or 2 people from their Chinese agent would come to Canada. One is English skills, learning the operations and learning the customs. And we would learn from them on the operations side in China as well. But what we did for our company was that we chose 3 countries that Canada has major import and export business. And that's how because you can't be everybody to everybody in the world. I'm not going to look for business from Canada to Egypt when there's no business, right? Import or export. So you take a look at your 3 largest markets, I guess everybody's number one market is China. Canada's imports, 95% are all from China. So we did that way. But on the export side, I have handled Latin America for about 20 years now. And when I worked at this company, they sent me to Latin America for 30 days at a time every other year. So every 2 years, I would go to Latin America for 30 days. I would have to study all the major Canadian companies stationed in each country and see if we can get an appointment or our agent had any dealings, or use my contacts here in Canada to try to get into a Canadian company that's based in Rio or Sao Paulo or Colombia. So we did that. We went to Chile, Peru, Colombia, which are Canada's three largest export markets. One is because of the mining, oil and gas, and then after that it's Brazil. So I ended up going to these 4 countries with the agent with already sales leads in hands. I gave them a list of 10 companies that we wanted to approach, and we went and visited these companies. We managed to get an appointment, and these are Canadian companies stationed in those countries. So, and that helps because the Canadian company appreciates that the forwarder is making an effort with their partner to make a joint sales call in a foreign country. You know, you've come all the way from Canada, and then we had the agent come from Brazil and Colombia. I used to work for the company that our major business was Colombia. And, you know, when I went there, you know, the agent, they had appointments, you know, they had almost 30 appointments made. You know, they did their homework, their business development. So it's a joint arrangement that agents can work to see where we can fit in, you know. But I think in reality, you have to look at your top markets, right? Not just travel anywhere. Everybody wants to come to North America because they want to understand how the North American system is, especially customs and transportation, right? We have very big countries in the US and Canada. So we tend to be lucky that way. But that's my opinion.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, John.
Well, just something to say about this, that this is an idea. This is a brainstorming that we are sharing our ideas. We are so thankful for everyone to be sharing with us and with all of the members. And all the ideas need to develop. In the time that we are looking this with Monse, with the team of the Worldwide Cloud Alliance, we will have your ideas and your comments, and we will give you an example of what we can do about this. If you say that you want to do an exchange, it's possible that we can arrange that. But if you don't, it will be okay, there is no problem. But all that things need a development. That's the only this, Tanya.
Yes.
Don't go on.
I think that we're going to write everything, and as all of you think that this is a good idea, we are going to put some, you know, like this is going to happen if you accomplish these things, okay? So we are going to develop this because I like this idea, and I think that everyone like this. And if you want, you can participate. If not, this is not going to be mandatory. And thank you. So let's continue. Okay. Next. Some of you share your idea that you want to learn more, to expand the education. So we already are having these workshops, but for example, I think 2 days ago, one of you called me and said to me that maybe we can get, you know, someone of a shipping line to explain to all of us what is happening and the situation, because he was really worried about all of these with the shipping lines running out. So I think this is a good idea to expand our network education through the workshops, but with another people. You know, if some of you knows someone of a shipping line or another thing, you know, costumes, anything, that knows a lot on a topic that it's important for us, you can send all the details so we can reach that person, and maybe we can expand these workshops and learn not only between us, learn from other persons. I think this is interesting because, well, knowledge is knowledge, and we are keep moving and the times are changing. So I think this is good for all of us. I don't know if you have something to say. I like this idea. So if you, or if you know someone, you can say to us, or if you have another idea, you can share with us about this. Adriana.
Yes, I told you about that, Tanya, and also not only about shipping lines, but maybe all of us. We are working on sales campaign. We are working hard with our sales staff. Maybe we can join together and have some class about these guys that knows too much about sales, about neurolinguistics, about all of these kind of things. And maybe if we join together, we can have a good opportunity to learn about it. So maybe this is what I told you, not only about the all of us need to know about logistics and everything, but I think it's very important to learn about other topics like this, about sales, about financial, maybe, I don't know, maybe join together and have this opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry, I was reactivating Adriana. Anyone want something to say? Any ideas? Shalini?
Hello. Yeah, Tanya, the education system, in the sense you wanted to ask about the information on shipping lines on the same scenario which is going on at the moment, or just a general information on the export and import procedures?
No, that situation that is going on that has all of us worried.
Okay, so you need some. We need. There's a suggestion that we need to bring someone who could explain this information.
That will be great if you know someone.
Would an audio be okay, or you would like the person to come and speak on this?
No, we want a person to come to speak with us about this. He can join us, and he can expose the topic, and so we can all listen to him.
All right.
Thank you, Shalini.
We'll see if something can be done.
Thank you. Okay, anyone? I think this is. We can go to another, right?
Okay.
Stefano?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you can move.
Okay, so some of you, well, as you know, this is a wine network, okay, World Wine Cargo Alliance. So many of you want this to become a real wine network, because we have a lot of new members this year, and not everyone can handle this kind of commodity. So we are going to do this like this. If you want to be the wine representative in your country of cargo wine, you have to send us an email, but okay, you have to have all the logistic, all the warehouse. Oh yes, to do this. It's not only I want to be cargo wine in my country. You have to know about this commodity, because wine is not easy. It's not an easy. For many of you, it's easy now because you have been doing this for years, but not for everyone is easy. So if you want to be our representative of cargo wine, please send us a message and we will explain how this will works. This year, cargo wine has a bad moment because, as you know, this is a company that moves from tourism, and COVID, thank you, COVID. This was a bad year for this. So we want to start to increasing, to have cargo wine in a lot of countries, a really network of wine for the next year. Next year, I think that at the beginning of the year is going to be difficult because we're still in the same situation and we are almost at December. But maybe we can start with increasing this network. So when everything open again, we can start. So please send us a message, me or Stefan a message, if you want to be a cargo wine representative in your country. Anything to say about this? Alfredo.
Alfredo?
Thank you, Dania. Look, that means I think that there are two ways of coming into this business. One of the possibilities, the one that you are doing, it is like working with the teams, etc. And the other way is to be the traditional forwarder of wine, of spirits, like the former Hillebrand. Maybe something that you can help us, because of your large experience, is to tell us a report about the wine transport business. So maybe if you can make a report about telling us who are the main competitors, which are the areas, which are the trade lines, and how to get into that. Because if, for example, I want to know if the strength that maybe Hillebrand has, and maybe there is no room for no one else. But the ones that Hillebrand is moving only maybe the 50% of the total volume in such trade line, for example, we can understand that there is a 50% of capacity for newcomers into that area. So maybe that is information that they do not have, in fact. So who are the main competitors, which are the biggest trade lines, and to see if we can work on that. Maybe your suggestions about how to address, because from my knowledge here, when we started here 2 or 3 years ago, this is basically an FOB-backed business. So most of the decision makers of wine shipments out of Argentina are decided overseas, not here. So if I should do something, is maybe to promote our services with a forwarder in Spain, in France, or whoever, not being Hillebrand, that maybe they could help us obtaining some traffic out of Argentina. It's not only a situation of price or whatever. So maybe how to compete with independent forwarders interested in wine, maybe that could be a good position. So to share a sales argument or a strategy for all of us for developing this business. So that's maybe the information that if you have, we can share and understand a little better.
Okay, thank you, Alfredo. We will. I want to say something. I don't know if all of you knows how Cargo Wine works. I am going to explain briefly. Cargo Wine is a website where we have in Spain, and we have some agreements with wineries. So when you, like a customer, you like Spanish wine and you enter to Cargo Wine website, you buy your wine. So the price of the wine is the wineries, but the move of the wine, the shipment is of Cargo Wine. In the Spain case is Cargo Club that is handling this, but this is what we want to do all over the world. So if you are like Alfredo in Argentina, like an example, and he knows some big wineries that, he can go and settle with them a meeting and he can get some agreements. So we are going to put that Argentinian wineries in our website. So we can do a really big network of wineries all over the world. We are only going to win money of the shipments. But if we get to do this like a really big network, I think this is going to work really well for all of us. If you have wineries in your country, if you are interested in this and you want to be part of Cargo Club, of Cargo Wine, sorry, please send us a message. I hope that this is clear.
Yeah. I want to say something about this that I was thinking when Alfredo was talking, and it's that we can do these reports for everyone on the Alliance about the wines, about the movements of the wine, the big agents, the big, I don't know, enterprises that look for the market of the wines. And we can show you every, I don't know, in the newsletter and all these kind of things. I'm sorry, in the office they are all talking, that's why I'm talking like this. But we can do this. Also, Tanya is wanted to say that we need you to tell us if we can do cargo wine in your country. That's not the only thing I want to say.
Okay. Anyone has a question? I think Juan, please put your microphone on.
Hi, everyone. I'm Juan. I'm in Venezuela. Sorry, I'm late in the meeting, but I have been hearing what you're saying. Regardless, I have a few things to say. Maybe this can help in some way. Regarding being or not part of Cargo Wine, I will say that the priority will be to accomplish a checklist of not only suitability in your country of handling the cargo, but also infrastructure and all regulations. Because in most of the countries are very similar, but maybe taxation or tax labeling will change a little bit. Another thing that I don't know if you already discussed this, is that we have to focus in make agreements, for example, with flexi tanks manufacturers, or not only the wineries, because for example, we represent Braid in Venezuela, and I know they ship over 800 containers of wine every month from Chile worldwide. But most of them are not generated by them, are generated by forwarders and are generated by the wineries. And if we have the correct price in the group as mass volume, because of all the combined volume of all of us, probably we will get a better price for the flexi tanks, or better services, or a better trade line agreement. Sometimes they have very good ocean freight that we can take advantage of because of the volume. This is just an idea, but I think it's very important. For us, I will put it in a different business, but for pharma business, we had to do our GDP certification and all that. But what we do when we are selling to our customers is that we're not only showing what we can do, we are showing what our partners can do in the other side of the trade, because they want to make sure that the product will be arriving in a proper condition to their customers as well. So I will say that we have to sell these as a group, not only as a web page for one country, but a worldwide coverage in the places that we can really accomplish a good service for this kind of niche business. It is developing in many parts of the world, and I will say for Venezuela it's very small, the production of wine, but countries such as Argentina, Chile, or other countries in the region are not only sustaining their production, but increasing even in this complicated time. So I will say is a big future for this, but we have to try to standardize what we're selling. This is my point of view. Of course, it's not definitive, but any idea is welcome.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Juan.
Yes, thank you, Juan.
Anyone else?
John?
John.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. As a gentleman from Venezuela mentioned, I think maybe on this type of niche market, a global contract would be ideal. That means that, you know, one, like maybe Cargo Worldwide would sustain talking to let's say a large player like a Hapag-Lloyd, who ships a lot of liquor and beer around the world. They're probably the largest shipping line in the world, moving all these type of commodities. That they do sign global contracts. So that means that partners around the world join as a named forwarder under the global contract, and they put all their volumes together to compete with like Alfredo mentioned, a Hildebrand. I'll give you an example. Here in Canada, all liquor and wine imports are controlled by the Canadian government. So here in Canada, no freight forwarder can be involved in the import of beer and liquor or wine into Canada. So here in Canada, there is no business on the import side. The Canadian government has a company called the Liquor Control Board of Canada. Every province in Canada, like each state, has the Liquor Control Board, and they control all buying, purchasing around the world. They go directly to a shipping line. So the shipping line is the only one that can bid on imports of this type of commodity into Canada. Freight forwarder is only allowed to be involved in the export of any liquor, wine, or beer. For example, I have a client that ships ice wine. Canada is well known for making ice wine out of the Niagara Falls region. And it's basically goes to markets in Asia, mainly Japan and Korea. We ship it, all of it by air freight, but that's the only way we can get into a winery, only for the export market. So, you know, North America is that way. I think in the United States, there are regulations as well as who can be involved. It's a trader, usually trading companies only. So I think the rest of the world is pretty much open for this type of commodity, but here in North America, we're pretty much closed shop in this type of market.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, anyone else? No? Andrea?
Sorry, it was very interesting what John was saying, you know, about the requirements in Canada and the LCBO, which is the organ that controls the import of wine. This kind of specific requirements in terms of customs, regulations, and limitation, when we talk about wine and liquors, it is very interesting to know. In, you know, coming back to the learning process that we're trying to promote. Yes. So that would be interesting on top of what Alfredo was saying about having a report about the wine movement worldwide. It would be also interesting to have like a case, you know, not a case study, but a single, you know, requirement from any single country when we talk about import, and probably what are the maximum quantities allowed for personal consumption or for personal import or stuff like that. That would be very interesting to know, you know, because now I've learned something about Canada, you know, I've heard this before, but it was very interesting to know how clear it was, the explanation from John, and I would be really interested to know about
all
you
countries
know, in any other countries.
Okay, I don't know how we are going to do this, but we are going to think about this so we can learn from each other. We actually, I'm thinking that when you send us a message being interesting in being part of Cargo Wine, maybe we can do a part, you know, like a meeting, so everyone can expose, you know, the limitations and the requirements of each country. So all of the network, all of the members that will be part of the network can be able to know this, because I think that it is important to, for all the members that want to be part of Cargo Wine, to know this about every country. So this makes easier the work. We will talk to Monse, and maybe she has an idea. So, because I don't know how to expose this, you know, because we are a lot of members, a lot of countries, and all the requirements and limitations are going to take us days. But we can get there. Don't worry, we are going to work on this. I am writing all your comments and we will do something. Thank you so much. Stefano, we have someone else?
No, right now, no. About the presential meeting, can you say it?
Yes, yes. Well, up now, you already know how this works. We need serious sales leads from everyone to everyone, and we have to keep in touch. Okay, this has been a really difficult year. I think that for everyone. So we need to improve for the next year. Okay, so please, if you have sales leads, please share to us and we will send to the member of the country that you need, or you can send directly to the member. You can work with the member. Stefano and myself, we are working for us. So please, anything you need from us, we are here to help you. If you want to develop some business with another member and you want us to be involved, we happily can help you. And happily can arrange the meeting and be part of, because we are really interested in you developing business, but we need your help to do this. Okay, so please, any customer, any sales leads, anything, we are here to help you. And for the next year, our idea is to have an online event. February, it's our more or less date, our idea. And then we want, if COVID let us, to have a presential, one event presential, face-to-face. And we think this is going to be on Portugal or Greece. We have to discuss about this, but it will be in Europe for sure. We already sent a survey and everyone, well, mostly everyone says that Europe was a good idea. So, someone is, no? Okay, I thought someone was saying something. So hopefully we can catch up face-to-face soon. So if anyone has something to say, another idea, another comment to get this end? No, Stefano, oh, Alfredo, please.
Hi, here's Catherine.
Oh, okay. First, who?
At my side, just a little short comment, because okay. I arrived late to this meeting. I just want to know why did you talk? What did you talk? And what was the solution you gave to this conversation? Because I don't know what did you talk, in fact.
Okay, I cannot talk. If you want, we were talking about a mobile app, we were talking about the exchange of the stuff, we were talking about something like promotion, like international sale leads, and also giving you a reports of the wine markets and everything. If you want to see the full workshop, you can watch it on YouTube. I will upload it after we finish this, and you can re-watch everything that we were talking about in order to have more information, and the particular one that always someone is telling, talking about something, and you can see all there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Catherine. Alfredo, please.
Only one regarding the wine. Maybe to hire, not to hire someone, but maybe to make a deal with someone that knows about how to develop this trade lane worldwide and to be hired or contracted by the group. And then, so you say, okay, if you're a network and you want, we need this and this and these steps, and this has to be the studies, this has to be the objective, this has to be the information that has to be committed by everyone. So if those who are interested, maybe we can, someone, you that have the most experience, to make a plan, maybe an strategy study about how to develop wine forwarding business in between the network. So maybe that is maybe to talk with someone, or maybe someone already retired from the industry that may be from another forwarder that knows a lot about this and could share information.
I like this idea. I like this. I will talk to Monse. She knows a lot of this. She has been a lot of years moving wine, but she, as all of you know, she's really with a lot of stuff right now. So we are going to set this to her, and please send us the email if you are interested in being part of Cargo Wine, so we can start there. Okay? Anyone, another idea, another comment, another something? This is your moment to...
Moment to shine.
Yes. No.
Buddies?
Buddies. Hi, buddy.
You need to put on your microphone.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a finalizing note I would like to share. We are all here to do business and to develop some business among us, right? What I have seen, I'm a new partner for a couple of months. What I have seen during my sales leads, that our partners under the umbrella of WWCA are putting too high profit share for themselves. Okay, so I am speaking for sea freight especially. During the COVID days, the shipping lines are putting rates on too high, and they don't have too many profit, or their rates are almost the same. Okay, so if we ask a sales lead to any partner, okay, the pricing of the shipping line is almost the same from here or from there. Okay, but the game changer is the profit share of the partner. Okay, for example, let's talk about a shipment from Turkey to Egypt. Okay, when you check the internet rates, it is $1,000. It's fine. When you ask the same pricing to the sales lead, as a sales lead to a partner, they give, okay, 1,000 and plus commission. Okay, so if we want to share or make a much better business among us, I would like to highlight that there should be some rule or some, I don't know how it can be done, but there should be some level of putting margins on top. Okay.
Okay.
For example, I just done business with you for air freight. We checked not only with you, but with other networks as well. When pricing is okay, we do business. I did business with William. Thanks to him, he sent us an inquiry, and we did our best to get the job, not putting any profit. Okay. And we said, William, you change or you choose our profit. Okay. So, but doing business with William means to me that I can enter the market thanks to him. So in some cases, the profit should not be the issue to get the business, ongoing business or sustainable business, I can say.
Okay.
Otherwise, it stops. This item should be discussed maybe for another session in future. How to do business among us can be the title.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's a good idea.
If you want to, you can expose this topic.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
We will put it on contact.
So if anyone else or no? Janice.
Hi, Tanya. I have two comments to add. The first comment is to actually comment on what Baris just said. And to be very honest with you, I'm in this business for like 28 years as a family. As Yanis, I'm 28 years into this business, and as a family, we're more than 58 years into this business. So, and we have been working with many, many freight forwarders all over the world for too long. And one really quick comment is that when I sent an inquiry to the agents of WWCA for one specific business, to be very honest with you, I got the best rate from the WWCA agent. And for me, this is something really important, being actually also a very new member in this network for just 2 months. So this shows that there is a potentiality in this network, meaning that the members already included show at least professionalism. Therefore, all other needs time. And unfortunately, with this pandemic, the main aspect of having a network is to be social and to interact. And this is something we cannot do. Therefore, I believe everyone can have safe conclusions out of WWCA for not less than 2 years from now. This is the main scenario as we speak, and I don't think anyone can say something more or less than 2 years being in this network. Unfortunately, we all have to be very patient. This is my first comment. The second comment is that I heard about the discussion about wine, and especially for my country, you know, Greece is a wine producer, and actually Greek wines have been doing very well in the past 5 to 10 years, especially with Santorini wine and Assyrtiko and all these grapes. And what I haven't seen yet, meaning that, again, I'm quite new in this, however, correct me if I'm wrong, what I haven't seen yet is discussions over wine, not just as a shipment, but as a brand or as a commodity in regards to the specifications needed. Because it's not just sea freight for wine, because everyone mentions sea freight for wine, which is bulk wine being loaded either on flexi tanks or in containers. However, there are many other commodities of wine being shipped by air. UPS, for an example, is one of the biggest distributors of wine samples in the world, having their own packagings and having their own labels, offering it free to shippers, and their consignees having their own codes, and using UPS without even thinking of the cost. You know, it's like a practical way of thinking. So for me, the best idea would be to all of us to sit down and check the costs and do a marketing on the wine shipping for not just the big players. The big players are already, they have their own solutions, but the small players who are either the individuals, the tourists, as cargo wine product is mostly orientated to, or the wineries itself. All the members, most of the members being in WWCA have wineries in their own countries. So World Wine Cargo Alliance should be promoted to these wineries in each individual member. And for me, that is the case. That is something we all should work on. And from there on, many other things will come. We should all, I believe, that is why actually I joined, because wine is something really important in my life. And for me, there is a lack of service in this. No, really.
Drinking or working?
Drinking, of course.
Sorry.
But the part of drinking, you know, there's a big commerce out of wine. So why don't mix pleasure with business? So that is actually what I'm saying. We should all work on how to promote the World Wine Cargo Alliance, being specific on what we do, because, you know, it's not a WCA, which is a generic freight forwarding business that does everything. It's World Wine Cargo Alliance. Whoever sees that will understand that they have to do about wine. So any other topic, you know, will sound strange. I'm not saying we will not work with general freight forwarding. Of course we will, because it's a matter of profit. However, my personal point of view is to emphasize on the wine business. And it's not only wine, there are other liquors out of grapes. Whoever produces wine in his own country knows what I'm talking about. So this is actually my comment. I know it needs more discussion and more time. However, this is what I wanted to say. Thank you everyone for your time.
Okay, I agree with you. We have to work on this. John?
I think our partner from Greece is 100% correct. Due to COVID right now, I think we should try to use the social media as much as possible to promote WWCA. I agree. A joint marketing campaign with one brochure that can, say that we have 100 members all over the world and promote it to individual import wine associations. For example, here in Canada, as I mentioned to you, I handle export of ice wine in my province in Ontario. I belong to the Wine Council of Ontario. So, for example, we're members. We're an associate member, and I promote my freight forwarding services to all the wineries, mainly for the export market. But we can do that for the, with WWCA for the imports as well. Here, it's a small trader that's allowed to bring in certain amount that we could be involved as well as most wine, as you know, it moves through tourism. But right now, due to COVID, there is none. So, I agree wholly that if you work on maybe a social media campaign to promote it around the world, it might open up some possibilities for our individual countries, right?
Okay. Yes.
Sure, it's a great idea. Thank you both, Janice and John.
Well,
we will take it really into account.
Thank you so much. We are going to send all of you, well, you know that this is good if this is recorded, so you can watch it later if you started late. But we are going to send also an email with the summary that we talk here, and when we are going to have a meeting with Monse, and when we decide what we are going to do, we are going to send the summary to everyone. So anyone has anything else to say? Okay, so thank you so much everyone for being here. I'm really happy to see a lot of new faces and a lot of the faces that always participate. This is really important for us. We really want to listen to you. And please, again, I repeat, you have to use us. We work for us, for all of you, sorry. So please, you have to use us, and if you need anything, we remain at your entire disposal. Yes. I'm happy to say you that we are going to organize, for all that you want to participate, a Christmas cocktail in December. So we are not going to talk about about work. We only want to cheer with us, and maybe to think positive for the next year, so we can have a better year. So we are going to send you the date in the next week. During the next week, we're going to send the date and the Zoom and everything, okay? And we can end this, Stefano.
Yeah, sure, we can end this. Thank you all for coming. This is a great pleasure to work for you guys. Right now, we are at your disposal. I'm in Europe, I'm in Barcelona, and Tanya is in Mexico, Juliana is in Brazil also. We have different time chains, but we can respond to your comments, to your details, or everything if possible for the time. But thank you all for being here. We are 23 right now, and it's really good. Well, hope to see you in the cocktail of the Christmas event.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Have a lovely weekend.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Look at those palm trees.